There are literally thousands of historical markers across the state of Georgia that tell the story of our state. Long after we're all gone, these state historical markers will still be here to tell our shared story. I'm Stan Deaton from the Georgia Historical Society, and this is Our History. Well, we're talking about two African-American medical pioneers. These were really two extraordinary people, Cornelius McKane and his wife, Alice Woodby McKane. They were both doctors in Jim Crow Savannah. They came here in the 1890s. Cornelius McKane was actually born in Dutch Guiana in 1862. Alice Woodby was born in Bridgewater, Pennsylvania in 1865, right as the Civil War was ending. They both got medical education. He went to the University of Vermont for medical school, and she was educated in Pennsylvania. And they both came south because there was obviously a lack of doctors for African Americans in Savannah in the late 19th century. And they came here in the 1890s and started a medical practice. They opened up a school for a training school for nurses in the early 1890s. They went to Monrovia in Liberia for a year because that was his ancestral home. They ran into a whole host of challenges, as you can imagine. They came back to Savannah in 1896 and opened up the Charity Hospital for Women and Children, which also was a training school for nurses, on this location behind me. And they stayed in Savannah until 1909. They had their own children, and for better educational opportunities, they moved to Boston in 1909, where Cornelius McKane died in 1912. Alice Woodby McKane lived on for almost another 30 years after that. She died in 1948. They were both active in both places, active involvement here in the African American community, leaders in this community here for all the time that they were here. It's hard for us to imagine now in Jim Crow Savannah, in Jim Crow America, the prejudices that they had to overcome in order to get the education that they had, to be taken seriously as doctors, but they made a difference in this city. They trained a whole series of people who graduated from their nursing schools, and the school, by the way, was for men and women. They trained a whole series of people who then served the people of this community. They left their mark here, and they were, as one of the markers here says, these were medical pioneers.